Which your favorite character admit they were stupid today?
When are my favorite not stupid?
Oh,
All of my favorites are
There's
stupid.
a whole channel Wiccan like, bro, oh my god, I'm dumb.
Yeah, no shit. It's
yeah.
You put too
wicked.
much
Have
hatred
you,
into
have you
him.
read any books with him in it? Of course
Yeah.
he's stupid.
Okay, I wasn't.
Bro was so mad at
But
him.
Hey, Billy,
I'm also
Billy and
stupid.
Wiccan. Yeah, Billy. I gotta say, Hulkling and Wiccan. Remember, for better or for worse, you made those vows. So, yeah.
I think that's
Keep in mind,
the
all
problem
of my
with.
favorite characters are stupid, and that's why I
I,
Mhm.
like them because I'm also stupid.
I think that's the
Mhm.
problem with like announcing Wiccan got a book already. Cause like, oh, so we know they're okay.
Based on what he and his husband were, what their status was in this issue, like I gotta say, Wiccan. Okay, I could totally understand if you want to have some adventures back in Earth for a bit. All right, this whole Imperial intergalactic thing. Okay, it's a little bit too much, you know. So
Uh,
They had
yeah.
a whole mini series about that where Agatha
Mhm.
fucked them over.
now he's
Yeah.
getting another one. I'm proud of him. You know what? That's more than the living lightning.
There you go. You know. Do-do-do. All right, you guys just want to get started while Austin's still
Or
here?
Wait. I have a question.
Yeah.
On the thumbnail, who is that under my guy?
I'll get to him when we. Oh, that's Peter
oh,
Pan.
Peter
That's Peter
Pan.
What
Pan.
the fuck?
He's going
It's a
through
book
the
from
army right
Boom.
now because the status quo has been shifted in his life.
Jake, he's
Oh
doing
yeah.
the
Oh yeah.
serial kidnapper.
I'm just saying, like the whole point of the Last Boy book audience is pretty much like it's either you grow up or the world forces you to grow up. Man, you ain't gonna be staying a kid forever. Like
Yeah,
something something happens. I mean, like literally everybody else in Peter's life grew up. Like even the other Lost Boys, yeah, they have children of their own.
Uh, oh, he
Like
didn't
yeah,
try to kill them like he did Hook about it.
nope. Oh, as a matter of fact, Austin, in the first issue, right? Hook is like literally telling Peter, "Look, Peter, I've changed. Like, look, I want to actually earn some income. I have like this trading route deal with the indigenous people, the tribe that Tiger Lily's with. So yeah, we're both
Shut
profiting. We're
your
both making money.
stupid ass up.
And and
That's what I was thinking.
Peter Peter's like, oh no, you had to have hypnotized or you're blackmailing those people. So he fights Hook and throws him out on the sea, and he literally gets eaten by a crocodile. Like
Yeah,
not
it's
even in a comedic
crazy.
way. Not even in a
You,
comedic way. Like he's dead. Like even the crew
well,
is
to be
like,
fair,
yeah,
if anyone actually knows Peter Pan, you would know that Peter
yeah.
Pan is easily the villain in this story. He actually knows the
Yes,
story.
yes. In this issue, I mean, this comic, he is annoying as hell, man. Like the pirate crew are like, Peter, what the hell? Come on, dude. We were just trying to live our lives, all right? You could keep the treasure you stole from us. Come on. We were just doing honest men work. Like, oh, dude.
We're trying to
Sure,
do
we had to have the rise of a new captain.
without me.
Yeah. Okay. But anyway, we're on limited time with Austin, so I think we should just get to the first book. Let's skip the intros for today. So
Just know that we're the Fanatics and we talk about comics today.
there you go.
If you didn't know,
Link
now
to
you
this.
know.
Okay, link it. Our links are in the description and all that good stuff. So,
Yeah,
all
they're
right.
showing on screen.
Better be. I work hard on those socials.
Yep, the socials.
Uh,
Yep. So, all right.
Imperial issue 3. Very exciting issue. It's kind of crazy how this starts off. So we leave with if I remember correctly, we leave off with Peter and Nova and them with that was Shuri, right?
Sure. Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm not
It's
used to her
funny how we're
design. She
calling
just
her
looks like a
Shuri.
random black girl.
Yeah. Austin. It's funny how we have to refer to her as Shuri instead of Black Panther. Right. Right. You know.
I didn't. Was she Black Panther?
Don't you remember in the last issue they had a whole big deal about like it was the Skrull and the Kree that were looking to capture Black Panther
No,
on
no,
one of the
I remember
ships.
that, but it's like the suit she was wearing was like the black suit a lot of them was wearing. It was
Oh,
like the actual
okay.
like T'Challa suit style. So I didn't know she was supposed to be Black Panther legit.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
They kind of
Yeah,
did it
it's
dirty with that art style.
hmm Yeah, I can see it. I have the issue in front of me. Yeah, yeah, it is.
I just be forgetting that hers is more skin tight
Yeah.
look than his because she's the
Yeah.
girl.
She just
But
blends too easily with the designs of the other Wakandans, you know? So,
yeah, but
mhm.
they all, last issue we discovered that Wakandans are not behind it. Well, we didn't discover that. We already knew that.
Yeah.
For issue one, there's two people playing the game, but we find out who's behind the game later.
Oh, yeah.
Basically, these people go to Xandar, which we find out has been a bandit system for a long since the Annihilation. It seems like
Damn.
it has to be since the last time. Remember that book with the pregnant Nova lady? It has to be since after that.
Yeah. It's almost like Spartex has no relevancy in a certain film industry, right? Which is why Marvel's like, yeah, off with their heads, basically, you know?
Yeah,
So,
bro. Nah, so Bartex with a bandit is kind of crazy. You go to the first
Mhm.
photo.
Sure thing.
So we go to Xandar for the first time in 10, 15 years. I would see the
Yeah.
new version of the Hive Mind. I think it's probably the best design for it, where it just like you enter the Nova helmet in a sense.
Yeah.
Because usually people know it's like a head in a jar type thing. It's not like Zordon in a lot of cases. I think it's a little bit better, a little bit more stylized. They
Hmm.
just ripped off Power Rangers.
They have to make it. They have to put their stamp on it, you know. So
But
yeah,
uh, the main stuff to come off of is the next thing, which is he finds out who started all this, and we finally found out the people playing the game are. I think I posted one of them. You can do the picture, the next one.
yeah. Bring up the next
The
picture.
Grandmaster, who me and Critic guessed from the start. We
Yeah.
thought he was going against the Challenger at first, like the return of that character, but
Hmm.
it turns out it's something else.
Oof, oof. A certain mad type of character audience, you know.
It's the Inhumans, Loki himself, Maximus the
Maximus
Mad,
the Mad. Whoa, whoa.
and any
Dude.
Inhuman fan knows it's a big deal because the humans have been killed off since 2019 or
Yeah,
2018.
and I distinctly remember during the death of Inhumans, right? Like Maximus was like one of the few members of the royal family that actually did get killed by that
Mm-hmm.
what was his name? Vox? That inhuman Grim Reaper,
Yeah,
basically.
the Inhuman Terminator. I forgot.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
it was
That was
stupid.
a cool
That book was
one.
terrible. I
Yeah.
still hate what that book did to Medusa, bro. Medusa already not a good spouse or character on her
Yeah,
own because of stuff they had her do, and they just said
yeah,
fuck it. Because they gave you the greatest Black Bolt book, and then said fuck it,
yeah.
we're going to ruin his wife. It's like,
There's an audience. If you look at the other women Black Bolt was forced to marry, you will understand why he always has to go
bro,
back to
he
Medusa.
bet, bro. I don't take the horse any day right now. I ain't gonna lie.
Oh,
If the horse of
what
Medusa, I
about
might have to take the horse.
the you would take the cockroach over the
I said
over
horse.
Medusa? Okay. Try making that
I'm not
work.
going that far. The
The
space horse
cockroach
thing,
thing.
I
Yeah,
might have to because I could not trust Medusa for anything at this point.
yeah.
But
Okay.
yeah, so the game is between Maximus and the I almost said the challenge, the
Yeah,
Grandmaster,
yeah.
and basically Maximus and them they want the Inhuman Kingdom back restored to its full power,
Oh yeah,
and
baby.
they're betting everything they can on this game, but
Yep.
they lost because the heroes found out everything super fast.
Yeah.
You don't bet against
Uh,
heroes usually.
look, the wager between Maximus and the game. Damn, what was his name? Game Maker.
the
Game Master.
the the Grandmaster.
The Grandmaster. All right. The wager was like if the Grandmaster wins, then Maximus will give him all the information behind the Terrigenesis
Yeah, the
and
human genetics.
yeah, the genealogy of Inhumans. But if Maximus wins, uh, Grandmaster owes him a favor for a later date. You know, and I just kind of like the stipulation behind this game was basically Maximus' motivation here is he has plans, up and coming plans, right? And these plans do not require like these galactic empires to be
Yeah.
united. So he kind of needs to.
It's too much stuff going on in space, bro. We gotta knock some of these people down.
Yeah,
People
my
going too
plan.
long for their bricks while we've been gone.
Yeah, my plans grow in chaos, Grandmaster. So I'm like, okay, that's good right there, And it's
Uh,
a year long. It's a year-long plan, by the way, audience. They're
tr-
basically 3D chessing this, making moves
uh,
here and there to cause destruction and what's it called breaking the alliance apart bit by bit. So
and if anyone don't remember about Maximus, I know I said Loki earlier. He does have Loki-ish stuff, but
yeah,
don't. Unlike the show, Maximus is never against the humans. Really, every
no,
plan he does, even when he hurts them, is to actually help them.
yep.
Like even when he made the Terrigen bomb and everything and all that stuff happened, it was revealed that well, of course Black Bolt knew and he blew it up on her. Like all this stuff is these two playing their game at the end of the day.
Yeah. Heck, he's one of the few people alive that knows how to make Terrigen crystals, audience. But you know what he decided to do? He decided to throw that away because hey, we as a people rely too much on Terrigenesis for our society. It's time we evolve into something else.
I'm glad
okay,
you brought that up because I was gonna bring it up when we talk about another character. But
okay.
Maximus loses the wager. He says, "Fine, I'll get all the inhuman stuff to you." And the Grandmaster has the nerve to say, "Why would I want that bullshit? You guys suck." Like, oh, bro, I'm not the elder of the
oh,
universe. We some goats, bro. Like, we don't gotta
yeah,
do anything with this food and stuff. And
I, I've
humans,
I've seen empires rise and fall, Maximus. Too. God damn, man. Yeah, Maximus was. I mean, Grandmaster was just in this for the thrill of the
yeah,
game.
it was
Like,
so funny. Dialogue
yeah.
was great.
And
It's
to add
funny. I
insult,
don't know if you
it,
remember the last time the Grandmaster played a game, he lost. It wasn't no
oh yeah,
surrender. He
yeah.
lost. He lost
Game of
with poker.
Goldfish. Oh,
Oh, it was no
Goldfish and
fish.
poker. Yeah.
Even worse.
Yeah. I gotta say this, like, and to add more insult to injury in this, right? Grandmaster even stated that, yeah, he knows of a way to like, all the stuff that they were breaking, the alliances that they were slowly trying to destroy, in all these other empires, like the Kree and the Scrolls. Yeah, Grandmaster was about ready to undo all that just
Yep.
to spit in Maximus's face,
Yeah.
but
He
Maximus
thought
is
he
like.
thought he was gonna. Maximus thought even though he lost, Grandmaster just let stuff as it was. He was like, "Bro, you think I'm gonna let the universe go by your desire? No, it goes by my desire. You are
Yeah.
insignificant, bro. You're not even fully human, bro. You're inhuman. Like what the fuck is that?"
Um, and
But
I
that's
like
go ahead.
his comeback. I like Maximus's
Yeah,
comeback.
Maximus
Like
probably had
his,
the greatest comeback we had in years, which is
yep.
basically,
Mhm.
bro. You think I lose, bro? You forgot my other piece. I was just hiding a piece. There's one
oh,
more king in play. Go next
damn.
photo. You had the
Guess
return
who
of
wins?
Black Bolt for the first time 2019. Well, the second time.
And the first words he states, audience, were "I win."
Yeah, Maximus said, brother, tell him who won. He said, I won. He didn't say we won. He said, I won.
Oh, that's what I love so much about Black Bolt, audience. Like whatever word he says, you gotta
Look
make
at
it
this.
count.
Look at
It's
this
quality over
picture of
quantity.
Grandmaster, bro. Look how he's bent. Look at his body. His clothes are gone.
Oh,
Look at him.
oh, dude, man,
That's
it's like
so
he got
disrespectful.
face. Yeah. Part of me, yeah, as cool as that moment was, part of me in the back of my mind was like thinking, "Oh boy, is this gonna be Marvel's attempt at like resurrecting Grandmaster to look like Jeff Goldblum from the
No,
MCU?"
I doubt it.
I
I
said,
doubt it.
I hope
I
not,
think
man.
that's a little bit too far.
Yeah,
I don't think Grandmaster is a big enough player to justify that.
yeah.
But
Plus, I think a lot
you
of
never
people have.
know with them. I just doubt that part.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like a lot of audience at this point have turned against that depiction of Grandmaster. So but
Yeah,
yeah,
but when Black Bolt introduced, the reason I was going to bring up this thing was because one of his things under it was King of the Humans, genetic perfection.
mm-hmm.
So that means something has changed. The last
Ooh,
time we talked about the Inhumans and stuff, the reason they're being hunted down, but the thing was killing them in that book, they want perfection. They're being seen as imperfect by the Kree and whoever their origin was at the time. It was a whole big deal.
Yeah.
And the guy that was killing them was supposed to be a perfect inhuman or something.
Nah, they did something really stupid by saying like the one who was killing all the Inhumans was just the dead carcasses of Inhumans. That they
It was
called.
it was a lot. It was thereby it's dumb. We'll skip past that.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
you find out all this is because Black Bolt and them. It's time for them to take their part back in space.
Yeah. Yes.
The question is, how do we do that? Because I don't know if people remember, Inhumans usually just have a flying city, but he wants a full kingdom in space to compete with everybody else. Either he's going to knock them down to that size, or he's about to take one of theirs and build it up as the Inhuman thing. So the question is, whose kingdom do you take? I probably say you take Spartak.
Well, yeah, it's not like anybody's doing anything with Spartax.
Yeah. You can't really take Wakandans. The Korean Scroll always going to be around, so they're just going to be a nuisance sitting there. And probably best to take Spartax because Peter Quill is not going to be king anyway. And then and build that up. I feel like you can do a lot with that.
That would be cool, Hey, does it sound like Black Bolt is colonizing at that point? Like if he's taking a former land and making it like his new Inhuman world?
That's all Space Kings do. That's all
they do. Hey, and also audience, in Black Bolt's defense, hey, do you want to be the one to have an argument with Black Bolt? Go right ahead. You want to have a one-on-one debate on Black Bolt on that sort of thing? Go right ahead.
There's one more person here that we did not break up, and it's Lockjaw returns.
Oh yeah, I feel like we have seen Lockjaw on something.
We've seen him one more time at one point. Yeah, we saw him in a book. He teleported. Yeah. He helped somebody. He left. But it's been a minute.
Yeah.
This is still the best animal in Marvel. Don't let them fool you with the Jeff the Shark bullshit.
Yeah. Jeff is starting to be like Baby Yoda to me. Like
it's starting to overdo it with Jeff, and that's the problem.
Yeah, it's
Marvel Rivals literally rewriting history so people can like Jeff. Emma Frost hated this dude, and now she's his best friend.
Audience, Emma Frost wanted Jeff to be her purse.
Storm hated him too, and now she
Frost wants a lot of things. Okay.
I know, right? Which, yeah.
Let her live. She's living her best life, kind of. Let her live.
Yeah.
But yeah. So Black Bolt's back. They're going for a kingdom. We'll find out which one next issue. I'm interested to see how they handle this because this feels like a callback to the War of Three Kings. You don't remember Inhumans versus Vulcan and the Shi'ar, I believe.
Yeah.
But still, it's been that's where at the beginning of the book when we're talking about his wives, that's where that's from.
Okay. And let's not forget his wives got slaughtered. So
they're all dead. So all the ones except for the one that needed it. So
don't be surprised if he has to form new alliances with other kingdoms like the Shi'ar. So
that's why I'm gonna bring that up. I feel like if he takes over Spartax, he's gonna do a whirlwind.
Yes. Come on,
I think we're gonna see Black Bolt or Maximus marry a Shi'ar, or marry Quill's sister who is alive but injured, or marry someone else to take over, like to be involved in all this.
Yeah.
Because Inhumans are a lot of things, but I don't think they believe they can win a war against everybody since everybody knows they're, doing it.
Definitely. They're not cocky,
Black Bolt's not stupid.
Yeah. If they have to marry for political power or to boost up their military might, they would. Just look at what happened to the last king. What was his name? The Unforeseen or something like that, right? In order to get Terrigenesis back, Maximus the Mad controlled the Unseen to marry a piranha lady.
I do want. I forgot about that.
And by piranha lady, I mean like literally, audience, think of like the body of a piranha just with small Modoc-like limbs. Like, God.
There's two things I do want to come out of this. I do think it's time for them to do something with Quicksilver's daughter, Luna.
Yeah.
Quicksilver and Crystal's daughter, if they're returning. Because just like the Fantastic Four kids aged up, she should be aged up some, at least in my opinion.
Yeah.
And go ahead.
I think that's asking too much, man. Like we're lucky
No,
enough
no,
to see.
I'm not saying they need to do something in this book or anything. I'm just saying if the humans are back, and the next time like Quicksilver don't get a book, I would like to see him talk to his daughter or something. Like damn, it's been like years since you seen her, bro. Say do something. This dude's the greatest deadbeat.
Yeah, well, we go always hope. You know.
I also want to see Black Bolt do something with his kid. Because people don't know, the only humans on Earth that mean anything was Kamala, not anymore really, and Black Bolt's son, who ran a company that competed with Krakoa during that era.
Yeah, just bring me back Frank McGee, Marvel, please.
Oh
I like
yeah,
that.
right back Frank McGee, the detective dude for this, right?
Yeah, he was a former
And
NYPD.
Daredevil.
Yeah, he was a NYPD police detective. Audience. He was right into retirement age, but then he got hit by the terrorism miss, and he has eye power. Well, just basically think of it as what you call a 7-tool pocket knife. Where he wants X-ray vision. All right, X-ray vision. He wants to have lights come out of his eyes. There you go, lights. He wants to take mental pictures with his eyes. There, he could make his eyes go infrared. Yeah, it's just a utility belt of eye powers.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I hope this isn't a one and done situation like they in this book and then we just move on. Because we know the books that got announced already. Maybe Inhuman book's going to be announced afterwards. They'll wait for the reveal, but it hasn't been yet.
I would definitely buy that, man. Audience, I'm pro Inhuman. I mean, I don't. I'm not in for the X-Men books. Inhuman all the way for me. So yeah.
There's just a lot. Because that's what I'll tell people. Like the whole Krakoa thing, really they just feel like an Inhuman situation. With Krakoa is just Adeline. Atelian, whatever the fuck this is called.
Yeah.
But
okay.
If they don't get a book,
the X-Men
put them back in. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was about to say, oh yeah, so the X-Men stole a gimmick from the Inhumans. Okay, audience, I think there was a fair trade.
They basically did. Even like the whole, we need to hurry up and make more mutants. What the Inhumans doing that shit first. That's the whole point.
Oh my god. Okay. For anybody so salty about like the Marvel trying to replace the X-Men and the Inhumans, okay, we had like a whole era of Krakoa that took the Inhumans gimmick. All right, so
at least the least I will hope that if they don't do the human stuff afterwards, I'll like at least for them to show back up in Phantom 4 and be the supporting cast like used back in the old days.
Yeah.
Or, we end up doing the Illuminati thing again. Because I don't want Black Bolt to leave. I really don't.
Yeah. He makes his presence.
It's a good book. It just gives you answers you pretty much needed.
Yeah.
I don't think it's the best issue so far, but it's definitely not a bad issue. I'll give probably like a 7.
Yeah. It gets us more invested in this book now that we have a new a new faction army, so entering into this.
And to be fair, a 5-way Inhuman versus everyone war kind of sounds interesting. Because if Black Bolt does think he can win, that means they have something special they can show this shit.
Yeah, the only thing I could think of is if like the Inhumans got their hands on like some progenesis crystals.
I like to think they made Inhumans out of other races now.
That's what those 5 other that's what those 4 other Ys were. They were like Inhumans but different aliens.
Sure, yeah, they don't have to call them what NCR
something like that. But like the last time the Inhumans had a book, it was Royals, right? And it established there's a crystal called progenesis that was what the Terrigen crystals were trying to replicate. Progenesis, audience, is like it's like Terrigenesis crystals on steroids.
It's the purest form of that transformation and ability.
Yep. Like heck,
maybe that's what Black Bolt means by genetic perfection. For all we know.
Yep. I mean, even even humans that already went through the Terrigen crystal process, right? If they touch that progenesis crystal, their powers will get boosted or altered as well. Like, look at Gorgon, right? He touched that progenesis crystal once, he cracked a planet with a stomp. I'm not even joking about that,
They
audience.
could have
Like,
did it to that guy who's a door. I just want to see what will happen.
oh wow! You want to be the audience? You want to show some of the creativity of Maximus the Mad? That door guy that Austin is referring to, right? Maximus decided to do him a favor. He created him a giant robot body and just put that door guy as the head. Just like a giant robotic body with a wall for a head.
You actually just remind me. I kind of would love to see Iron Man versus Maximus.
Ooh,
And
okay.
like if the other humans don't jump in, I would like to see how Maximus tries to take on Iron Man with his gene.
That would be
Because he
something.
kind of reminds me like a way more competent Justin Hammer, at least how the movie tried to portray him
Yeah,
with his
and
robot suits and stuff. That could be fun.
and also looking at past history, right? Like when the humans were getting back at Tony Stark for what he did in Civil War II, right? Yeah, they Tony Stark learned the hard way not to mess with the Inhumans because they didn't just go and beat up his tower or break some armors. No, they went for his bank account. They went for his assets. They wow, they basically slashed him with a scalpel, audience. They hit him where it hurts. Like
Yeah,
damn.
but
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Okay, it was a good book, and glad also was here to talk about it. So yeah,
Why is Michael so fucking buff in the scene?
yeah, he was working out, man. I mean, damn, he
That
was
looks like an
getting in
old
shape.
Superman build, like Superman cartoons, where he's just like way buff than any human.
I know, right? Like, oh, he was waiting for this for a long time. He was waiting for this for years, Austin. So he was working that body, right?
Yeah.
So cool. But anyway, Austin, yeah, thanks for joining us, man.
There's
So
no problem.
all
Y'all
right,
enjoy yourselves.
Bye,
Thanks.
Austin.
Bye, witch. Fuck you, Jake.
All right.
Thing I sent you? Did you see the thing I sent you, Austin, yesterday?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, I saw it. That was cool.
I know.
Cool.
Not all the designs are my favorite, but they're
No, that one's really great.
All right. So anyway, audience, we talked about the king. Now let's talk about a boy. Not just any boy, but
But
the
what's
last
a
boy.
to a non-believer?
What's a boy in front of a bunch of mermaids?
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah, of course had to get this cover, because hey, a picture was worth 1,000 words, right? But anyway, so we're talking about the Last Boy issue 3 and 4. We talked about this briefly in the beginning, right? Like this is basically the premise is you either grow up or the people around you don't, or the people around you will, and you're going to start feeling like an outsider. I remember I kind of had like a similar experience once back in like high school where like I was literally the only kid in class that was still playing Yu-Gi-Oh cards. Everybody just moved on to the next thing. I'm like, wow, I feel like a loner here. But anyway, so yeah, The Last Boy. In case you guys want to recap, like Captain Hook got killed. Yeah. When he was trying to turn his life around, and he was legitimately earning positive income for not just himself but for his whole pirate crew. And right now, Peter Pan is tasked to go deal with this Phantom King who's out invading other nearby kingdoms, right? And I said this when we talked about issues 1 and 2, but like Phantom King looks like a straight up anime final boss character. Let me bring up his picture. Look at him in the bottom panel.
me.
He's like shadow. He has a floating crown. Oh yeah, and his weapon of choice is a scythe. So he's basically giving Grim Reaper like vibes. Like what is this guy doing in a Peter Pan book? Wow. So of course, Peter being like the adventuring go-getter that he is, went to go fight him with his trusty pocket knife. Hey, I could fly. I fought Captain Hook. I could take this guy, and then he gets slashed in the chest. what the heck, man? I'm like, oh, dude, this is the first time Peter Pan's actually bleeding. Like, what? Oh my God, no! Oh, whoa, whoa. Okay, this thing just got super real. All the pixies around him take Peter out of the game to go get healed, lick his wounds, this and that. Um, there's also this whole subplot with Wendy back in the real world, and yeah, it doesn't look like these two stories are ever going to collide. Wendy, of course, is grown up. She's writing a book. Her dad's not doing well. He actually passes away, but she's dedicated on finishing her book for him. Yeah, I'm not going to get too much into that. Not really a lot of meat there. But anyway, so we cut back to Peter Pan's time, and he's trying to seek assistance from Tiger Lily and the rest of her tribe, right? Unfortunately, her father right now isn't doing too good either, health wise. So Tiger Lily has to step up and take charge of her tribe. And yeah, she wants to put their safety above all else. She has a private meeting with Peter, and it is here that she does agree she will help Peter in his endeavor against the Phantom King. She will help in his fight against him because apparently Tiger Lily loves Peter. Like, I don't recall that being brought up in any of the other Peter Pan folklore
But he's
tales.
just a boy.
I know. Well, again, Peter's gonna have to grow up real fast based on what happens to him at the end of this story. So, alrighty. And also, Peter Pan does go seek more assistance from Captain Hook's crew, who are all still very pissed at Peter because, yeah, again, they were turning a new leaf, audience. They were legitimately earning honest man income, right? Like, Peter, you could keep all that treasure. We just want to go home and at least provide for our families, bring home the bacon, this and that.
You want a job?
Yeah.
You want a family? Well, Peter, we'll make more children so you can kidnap them. Oh, okay.
I know, right? So anyway, but they're also very mad at Peter, but then Peter just kind of takes charge and saying, "Look, you're my crew. We're going after the Fang. Okay, I'm now going to declare myself as the captain of this ship. That's right. Peter Pan is now Captain Pan, and their first order is to go fight against the Phantom King." Like, damn, Peter. I don't know how anybody is going to read this book and think Peter is in any way, shape, or form the good guy in this. All right, we go to meet up with the Phantom King, and look at this image right here, audience. Damn, that is the final boss. Like, look at that landscape he's on.
I just want all his dialogue to be like, "Leave me alone."
You expected
Peter comes back. Yeah. I finally got you. This time I'm gonna win. Leave me alone.
I know. Step forward and meet your doom, Pan. Like, you expect a 10-year-old child to go up against this guy, audience. But anyway, wait, how old is Peter Pan in lore? I forgot.
10,000.
Okay, no, I mean, but what's the age he's stuck at? Like, what, 10 years old?
Probably like 17. Well, no, probably like 13. 13.
13. Okay, let's just say. Okay,
nah, the oldest you can be before you start looking older.
Yeah. So anyway, Peter goes in. He's the first into battle. He comes in with his pixie dust. He goes with his slashes. There's a cross sword between his pocket knife and scythe. The fight is intense. Fires around him. He gets his hand chopped off, and the issue ends.
Hey.
Oh. Look. Oh my God. He's like, wait, this isn't supposed to happen in my story. Where's my plot armor? Oh God!
Who gets plot armor nowadays?
And then after he gets his hand cut off, I just want the villain to be like, "Leave me alone."
Oh my God, dude! What? Damn! He just became captain of the ship for one day, for not even one full day. Audience, and this happens. Wow! Wow! Yeah, I'm more invested in to see what happens in this story, but apparently the next issue is the last issue, and I'm kind of disappointed at that.
I want
Really,
Captain Hook to be like, I know a great store for some good brands. All right.
Oh, well, keep in mind, Captain Hook is dead, dog, Jake.
Oh well, you killed
Yeah,
you
he's
killed
dead,
the one
bro.
guy. You killed the one guy who could have helped you out, bro. All right.
Yeah. Okay, Peter, I know you're a righty, but let me teach you some tips on how to be a lefty now. Like, oh, dude, you became the very person you despise, Peter. No, literally, you're now taking charge of his ship, his crew, and you just lost his trademark. You just have his trademark signature now. So. Excited to see how this comic ends. So yeah, that's The Last Boy, audience. Wow. If I had to equate this, imagine like that one friend you grew up in school who's still wants to go trick or treating, right? But you're like, okay, I'm about to be 20. We're about to be 20, dude. Come on, So, well, yeah. But all right, yeah, that's it for this book. So we can move on to the next.
All right, my turn. Right? No. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. So we are back with my vampire system. Okay.
Jesus.
Listen. Quinn and his gang. Quinn has become royalty in these parts. Okay. The problem is he's still in high school and he has to get back to school. So I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I didn't get to finish the last season, so I did half of it. And so the first half, was Quinn adjusted to his life. We learned the origins of the vampire system and the origins of Arthur, or should I say, King Arthur, and his Knights of the Round Table, who were all vampire punishers. Okay, in case you didn't know. But now we're back for the rest of it where we left off. Leo was training Quinn's team to be the next generation. Not really. Okay. Leo was Quinn's teacher, he was Quinn's fighting teacher, who Quinn accidentally turned into a vampire. It was a complete accident.
Okay.
Wasn't even his fault. So his teacher had already. And to be fair, his teacher was already going to quit teaching. So, now he just has like superpowers on top of his already broken ability. Again, I said this last week. There's a lot of stuff that happens in the stuff I review that I don't cover because it's a lot and we all have different books. So I don't go over every piece of information. So sometimes I have to go back, like in this case. Leo is a blind swordsman and his ability is that he has this thing called Ki, which allows him to power up his attacks so he can hit things harder or he can sense things. So he's blind, but he has daredevil vision, but he can also like punch at like Goku strength, I guess, or maybe Yu Yu Hakusho strength. And so he's taught Ki to two characters, which is Quinn and Aaron. And Quinn has been using his Ki to amplify his vampire attacks. So he's actually super strong than like he's stronger than most vampires his age at this point. And Aaron, who lost their powers to Jack True Dream, she lost the powers to Jack True Dream, so she didn't have powers, and she was drafted and indoctrinated into a terrorist group, but she wanted to leave, so she left. And Leo found her, and they were together. So Leo taught her how to use Ki as well. So now she can fight. She can fight up to a vampire noble. So she's pretty strong. Okay, she's the Also on top of that, she got turned into a dampier. So that's pretty cool. But anyway, so basically, we find out some things in this arc. We find out that Richard Eno, who is the creator of the system, at least as far as we're aware. I mean, like Vincent also had something to do with it as well. We already know Vincent's part in it, but Richard Ito has had a bigger stake in the game. We also found out that Logan, who is their tech expert, his family has some deep connections that even Logan wasn't aware of. So we're trying to figure out like what's going on with that, basically. We have an update on Borden. Borden is a Dalki made from Borden's DNA. Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. We find out that, so again, because I don't bring this up enough, at the beginning of the story, we were introduced to the Dalki, who was a race of aliens that invaded Earth and brought us nearly to our knees before we discovered superpowers and weaponized that shit, and we beat them back. And so now we're at like the Dalki don't fuck with us, but like also like we don't want them to fuck. Like we're scared of them, but they don't fuck with us. Like they're scared of us to some extent. Okay. And then when we're on the vampire world, they accidentally made a Dalki, and this Dalki was loyal to Borden, but they didn't. But he thought of Borden as his brother, and so they called him Borden, which was based off an in-universe joke that happened earlier in that season. Borden has the powers of Broly, apparently.
What?
Yeah, so Borden's ability, because all Dalki do this. So Dalki are inherently strong. They're stronger than humans, right? But their thing is that the more damage they take, like the closer to death they get, the stronger they get. Okay? And this is represented by spikes on their back. So Borden has gone up to 3 spikes on his back, which makes him insanely strong. And he was a big threat in the earlier fight with the Vampire Knights. But because something is wrong with him, and so he burnt out all his power and he was going to die, but they managed to save him enough. But the problem with that was when they saved him, he's a little tiny guy now. Borden went from like grown teenage boy to someone who could fit in the palm of your hands. Okay.
Yeah.
So now, but he can still punch as hard as Broly, but he just can't. He tuckers out quickly, so it's cute. Anyway, so now Borden is so we figured out that how to get Borden back to his normal is if he can get demon beast blood or some shit like that. And the problem with that is demon blood is not only rare. Oh no, demon crystal. They need a demon crystal, but not only is that rare. But even if they found it, a demon tier beast is nearly impossible to kill at their current skill level. So that, like, it's basically later we'll have to fix him. But right now he's fine. Like, he'll be okay. So that got resolved. We also had to do with the political shenanigans. So a lot of the vampires don't like Quinn because he is from Earth. They do believe he's the 10th. They do believe he's the 10th leader. They believe, but they know he was like he's not a real vampire. Like he's not really one of us. He wasn't born into this shit. Why did Vincent choose him? And so they already don't like him, and they keep testing him. They're like, but luckily there has been a big test. Some humans somehow found a way to the vampire planet. A squad of 200 deep, and they're like, and so the king's like, listen, I called this meeting to order. There are like 200 humans here, and they all seem like strong. I mean, last time we left Earth, because we used to live there. Last time we left Earth, humans were kind of weak as shit. Like we could have like easily, swat this out in a day. But we sent some ghouls after them, and they're actually holding their own. I mean, I don't think they even lost that many men, and so. We got to deal with that, and we need some suggestions. And Bryce, who's Quinn's biggest hater at the moment, Quinn has many haters. This one right now, he's like, I know, we'll send Quinn to do it. And he might be a hater, but he makes us a good point. Quinn was the first human. Well, Quinn is a vampire, but he brought a bunch of humans with him. And they were the first humans to ever find this planet. And now, shortly after that, more humans show up. How do we know he didn't bring them there? So Quinn was to prove his loyalty to the vampires. He's going to have to kill 200 human beings. Okay?
Whoa.
And the king's like, I don't want to kill. I still want to talk to them. So I'm not saying don't kill them. If you gotta kill them, do it. But I will say this: bring them back alive if you can. That's my order. Everybody okay with this? Everybody's like, yeah, that's
yeah.
But what I do, but this does annoy the sixth leader because the sixth leader is also new to being a king, and they were gonna send him initially, and he was like, well, where are we sending Quinn? He doesn't even have he doesn't even have an army. It's just him and like 2 other people. And Quinn's like, no, don't worry, I got it, don't worry. And so he gets his squad together, like his friends, the main cast and everything, and they take on a squad of 200 highly trained human soldiers with earth-bending abilities. Like, we're talking Toth. And I actually do like this fight. I actually really do. It's not all because I do like the smarts behind it. So Arthur and Edward are one of the top strongest on Quinn's team. And, no, I'm sorry. Edward and Leo. Arthur said he'd go. Arthur's technically not on... He's on Quinn's side, but he's not on his team. You know what I mean? Like, Arthur is like Quinn's mentor. Like his vampire mentor. But he said he'd go just to make sure that that Quinn is okay, and also he could teach him some shit. But he's probably not going to do anything because if Arthur got involved, then the humans just die. Like, he's that strong, basically. He's the Satoru Gojo of this universe. You know what I mean? So they go to fight these humans, and Leo takes the first strike. And keep in mind, Leo also was a military war hero, so he knows how war works.
Yeah.
And so the idea he had was, if I just come at these guys really fucking hard, and they think that I'm the subordinate, maybe they'll be scared enough to not fuck with us. You know what I mean? And everyone's and they're scared for a bit, but the general's like, nah, let's fight anyway. They're like, fuck. So so the squad fights 200 men, and it's a hard fought battle. But I love the vampires. They're watching this because using their familiars to watch this. And I do like how they say they're like, damn. I kind of hate to say it, but not only is Quinn's team pretty strong, but these humans are fucking strong too. Have humans really gotten it?
You gotta kill him.
Yeah,
Kirby.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Oh yeah. But yeah, they're basically when we left these people, they were as significant to us as an ant. You know what I mean? We just used them for blood. They were just basically cattle. And now we look at them now, and they are really fucking strong. We would struggle a little bit with this. This is insane. And so it's hard for them to watch. But I do like how the fight ends. So the fight ends, basically, first off, Leo is in the middle of fighting, and he gets his mask taken off on accident. And the general, he's like, he recognized the guy. He's like, wait a minute. Leo? This is wait, this is essentially if this is if Bucky went to another planet, fought a guy, knocked his mask off. Steve? So, and not just Steve Rogers. Steve Rogers, imagine this is if he knew him as old Steve, but this is Steve in his prime. Somehow he got stronger. Okay.
Whoa. Okay.
So he's like, Leo, and no, but it can't be because you look younger. You took the super soldier serum type shit. And so and Leo's like, I'm not answering any questions. And then at some point, one of Quinn's team almost gets killed. And it's only thanks to Sia and Quinn that she gets saved, but Quinn accidentally kills somebody. And it was revealed the whole time. And then Arthur comes up and he's like, Quinn, I tried to tell you, you can't I tried teaching you this lesson. I didn't know how to tell you. You're gonna be a leader someday. There's gonna be some wars and shit. And sometimes you have to kill people you don't want to kill. And you gotta be willing to do that because look, your friend almost died there. And then the general overhears this. He's like, "Wait, you were the enemy general." He's like, "You weren't trying to kill us?" And then he looks around. He realizes that this whole fight, all of his men have been either knocked out or still fighting. They have not killed a single person. And the general goes, "Oh shit! If this keeps going, he's gonna kill all of us." I give up. Oh, I give up. Oh no.
Oh man,
it's so. I was like, that was funny. It was just a funny way to end the fight.
Yeah.
Anyways, and so it's decided. So they bring him for questioning, all this shit. And keep in mind what's on the table, because I don't know if you guys remember. Quinn has to turn all of his human friends into vampires. All of them but 2 agreed. But if they don't get turned into vampires, they either have to get rid of their memory or they have to, get killed here. They can't leave the Dodge of Vampires. So that's the thing. So Logan's like, okay, I guess I'm going to make a video or something to remind us what happened, and the vampires won't know. And then, it'll be something. Maybe I won't remember you guys, but I'll know it happened, type shit.
I mean, amazing how, like, being a vampire is being very conformist, apparently, in the situation. Like, yeah,
and so
is being conformist. Oh, man.
I do like Quinn does get talked to the general guy, and you also find out that Quinn is kind of turned into a psychopath. Okay, well, not really a psychopath. He's just fed up. He's turning to Aaron Yeager. Okay, he's like, the guy's like, you didn't really have to say, you could have killed me back there, but you didn't, and I kind of appreciate that. That's really dope. And Quinn's like, I don't fucking like you. He's like, oh. He's like, what? He's like, yeah, because you don't remember me, but I was a freshman at school like last year. Like, I know you. And I know you sat there while our entire school was dealing with like inequality and people getting bullied, and like a literal crime ring of bullies were harassing students all last year. And you did nothing about it.
Yeah.
And the guy's like, well, I mean, yeah, but it's just to toughen you guys. I don't care. I really don't care. And listen, one day I'm going to get strong enough so that this shit doesn't happen. I'm going to be the strongest of them all. And not even the vampires can tell me what to do. And I'm going to make some changes around here. And the guy's like, dope, I guess. Anyway. So the vampires trying to figure out what to do with this human, because they're like, obviously we can't let him live, but at the same time, it should be noted that we didn't realize humans got this strong, and we used to have vampire spies on Earth to tell us shit like this, but they've all gone missing and we don't know why. And Quinn's like, oh my god, I know what to do. He raised his hand. They're like, Quinn, what would you like to say? I want to make a proposal that you guys, I know you said I can't leave the planet because I gotta be the president or whatever. But like, hear me out. What if you just let me go back home? They're like, what? He's like, well, because you said you needed spies, and I'm a high schooler. So like, you need people to blend into society, and I'm in high school. How easily could I blend in? Okay? Me and my friends go back home. We pass you off some information. We live out our lives for like maybe a year. After a year we graduate, and then we can infiltrate military ranks and all this shit. And the member is like, that's pretty convenient for you. How do we know? Like, you're not going to betray us? He's like, I'll leave someone behind. I'll leave Edward behind, which is also funny because Edward loves being here anyway. He's like the guard of the castle, so he doesn't care. And they're like. Everyone's like, no, that's too convenient. You gotta leave somebody else. He's like, okay, I will leave Leo. And the reason he said Leo was because he has an ability that none of the other vampires do, where he can call Leo to his side at any point. So he kind of cheated that way. And he's like, and then one of them's like, no. You have to leave one girl here. One of the girls here. He's like, okay, I'll leave Erin since she's a terrorist anyway, and she can't come back home. So I guess she could be stuck here. So that was like the arrangement. Oh, also he gets to turn the general. Oh, because he wants the general to also go back home. He doesn't want those 200 humans to die. And so he says the general could come back home too. He could be a spy for us. And like, well, how do we know he's not going to betray us? And he's like, well, because I'll make him a vampire myself, and he'll be under my rule, and then he can't betray me. And he's like, well, he could still betray you. He could still betray you, but he just can't. He just can't like kill you. And so Quinn's like, okay, well, how about we leave? Okay, we take the general. We leave the other 200 men here. He cares about his men, so if he doesn't want all his men to die, then he won't betray us. And they're like, all right, Quinn, you got it. So anytime he thinks about betraying him, basically they're like, don't forget, we can kill one of your teammates.
Ooh.
And they were going to do it. They were going to actually use them for like experiments and shit. So they were going to torture these people.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but also but the whole time the journal like looking at Leo is like, so Leo, like, yo, what happened, man? And Leo's like, bro, it's a long story. I'm not gonna tell you shit. Don't worry about it. It's not. This is not your story. Okay. Quinn turns him into a vampire, and he's just a basic ass vampire. It's all good. But the time has come. Everyone gets to go home. Oh, and I forgot. Quinn, because he did this, gets. Austin's come back in for a message. Yes.
Read the comments. Damn.
I did.
Oh,
I just wanted to finish my thing first.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Boo, the system is ass.
But yeah, so Quinn goes back.
Terrorist girls deserve love too, Jake. Everybody
we brought
deserves
Austin
to be
back from the dead.
rehabilitated. Okay?
Who?
You don't get
Yeah.
to leave her just because she's a bad girl.
Well, no, she's not a bad girl. It's just that she can't come back home. She's a wanted terrorist back home. She can't come back. She's a kid, so the only place she could go is school. If she goes to school, they'll know it's her. Then they'll arrest her. There's nothing to do with her moral character.
Disregard my second comment. I'm going to leave again.
Okay.
Gotcha.
But yeah. So Quinn goes. Wait, shit. Where was I? Oh yeah. Quinn. So Quinn and the team get ready to go. Oh, and Quinn says the king goes, Quinn, because he did this favor for us. Thank you. You know what? I appreciate you. I actually really like you. So I give you one reward. You can have anything you want. And Quinn says, okay, cool. I want for Vorden and Logan to not have to lose their memories because they don't want to give up their powers and be vampires. And the king goes, no, fuck. Okay. Okay, how about this? Then for the remainder of this mission, I can't take their memories away because I need them, and without them, I couldn't do much. And he goes, what do you guys think? And everybody's like, we honestly don't care. So we don't care. So yeah. Quinn gets most of his team back, and he gets to go home. And it was a way out of the situation. I thought it was pretty fine. But yeah, the team goes back, and that's kind of where the season ends. I did enjoy this season. It was a lot of world building and a lot of setup. We got a lot with Arthur, Benson, and Quinn. We got the story to move forward, which is always fun with this show. I'm not sure if I had any serious complaints. We're also getting a new vampire character. And we do get Fex to evolve again. So that was pretty cool. Like Fex is back and he gets to become even stronger. He has a crush on Aaron. It's okay. It's whatever. But we have a new vampire character sent by Bryce because she's supposed to be overseeing Quinn's progress. The problem is that she's too fucking nice. Like she's supposed to be. Bryce hates Quinn, but he sent the nicest, prettiest girl he could to look over Quinn. I'm like, and Quinn's like, I don't trust you. You're too attractive. There's something going on here.
Yeah, she's looking. It sounds like they're looking to break the guy's heart, man. You know, if you send that girl on, you know.
Right. Look, listen. All she has to do is first worm his way into his heart, and then she betrays it. Okay, that's what.
There you go. You know.
But will Quinn let his guard down for a woman? Also, another thing. Probably. He is a teenage boy.
He's a teenage boy, man. You got to think about this.
This true.
Yeah.
Get the caveats, man.
It's true. My problem, I also have. I think romance is like what this series does the weakest, which is like why I'm glad they don't focus on it. Quinn. Okay, so Layla, who was like Quinn's technical first love interest, like they played it up a little bit, and then the author just stopped focusing on it. Layla had a crush on Quinn very early in the story. Quinn was like Naruto about it, like, oh, that's crazy. She's like a friend of mine. And I think one line of dialogue was like, oh, she looks kind of cute in that dress, but that's about it. That was like in season 2, maybe, if I was being generous. And I think, but But now she has a crush on Vorden, I think. And I'm like, this is weird because Vorden was mean to you the whole story up until like a certain point. So I don't even know about that one. I don't mind if they would have put, and then Fex in Aaron's romance is not really that great. And then Layla has another love interest, and he's not great. I think anytime they do love interest in the show, it's just terrible, or I don't care about it. So stay in your lane, Arthur. Stay in your lane, JS manga. So, all in all, like I said, it's an enjoyable show. Like I said, you get through the first 100 episodes. They're 8 minutes each. Okay, it's not One Piece. All right.
Yeah. Okay.
8 minute.
Shots fired.
I'm just saying, 8-minute episodes, basically just a 30 episodes. That's all I'm saying. All right. And so yeah, and then you can check it out. It's on Pocket FM. You can watch all the episodes for free. At some point, you will have to wait, or you could pay. That's up to you. I do a little bit of both, depending on how I feel. But yeah, enjoyable show.
Gotcha. But any final thoughts on that before we move on?
No.
Gotcha. Alright then. I guess with that, we can move on to the next book audience. So, bringing it up.
Cool. Let's hope my phone wants to work with me. Yay! At least get me through this one book, phone. Just this one book. I'm gonna unplug my phone so it doesn't overheat. I feel like that's fair, right? Anyways, we're talking about Marvel Voices Avengers Academy 56 in the fold. Okay, we start off in New York City. I wonder what we're doing in New York City. Wiccan shows up, and Sheila's like, "What the fuck? Aren't you busy in waging an intergalactic war? Like, when you're not like a time-lost kid or whatever?" And he's like, "What?" And she's like, "What? Don't worry about it. Not important." Anyways, so he changes into a snazzy little outfit. And he's like, "I always have time for my fellow reality warper." And Sheila's like, "Reality warper? Is that what I am?" And she's like, "I never really thought of it like that." And he's like, "Yeah. I mean, like all the things you could do and you might do. Like, I want to see you fulfill your true potential, And she was like, "Oh, thanks. That means like a lot, And so they're sitting on top, like by like a clock tower, and all this other stuff. And Billy's like, "Oh, like he's like reciting like a Shi'ar riddle or whatever the hell because he's been hanging out in space for a while. I think he would know that, right?
Yeah.
He would learn things while in space, And then like he's talking about like that people think that his powers are magic, and that's just fine, and like that's fine. Like, but magic is just like the word that scientists haven't theorized properly. He claims that he thinks that it's more like quantum entanglement. Bitch, you're a magic user. It's fine. You can say that you're a magic user. Anyways, so can you go to the next pick? He brings up Teddy again because it's Teddy. If it's Billy, Teddy's not too far behind, bestie. So yeah, and then so she was like, "Yeah, I get it. I know how you feel when it comes to people you like, And Billy's like, "And like your power is like more specific than mine, but like, what if it works on similar principle? Like, what if taking two things to people's two ideals concepts and pinching reality, folding it, twisting those two things together across the reality gap of bridge?" I'm just like, "Billy, you've never said any of this shit before in your life. What are you talking about? Why are you saying so many words? All you do is use magic and be gay." Just kidding. He's actually a lot more than that, but shut up. Leave me alone. Anyways, so Billy's like, "Okay, let's start working on that muscle, so that you can practice." So basically, Sheila gets her specs on, she's getting ready. And she's like, Billy's like, "Come on, let's try stacking like those switches." And Sheila's like, "I did that once, but it knocked me out." Then with the Queen of Nevers, you gotta read a previous issue. Don't worry about that. Anyways, so basically, Billy wants her to try switching with enough people to go across the entire plaza, like zigzag through an entire plaza. And so that's what she does. Yay! She got pretty decently good at it, It's all cool and dandy. Yeah. Woo! It works. Yay!
Mhm.
And so Billy's like,
There you
yay,
go.
see? Like, see how much you can believe in yourself if you just push yourself a little bit? Sheila's like, whew, I'm exhausted. You're like, I need a break. Let's go get some ice cream. I know a really good place. Can you go to the next picture?
Shooting. Right there.
I don't. Okay, you know what? Fuck it, leave it. Anyway, so Sheila and Billy go to the ice cream place, and Jara's like, like, hey, look who it is today. Like what it will be today. Like, I just got a batch of PB&J cheesecake, and then she notices the person next to Sheila, and she was like, no, you get the hell out. Like, whatever you are, whatever tomb or pit you crawled out of, phantasm, ghost, grim reaper, whatever the fuck you are not welcome here. And so Sheila's confused. You know, she's like, what are you talking about? This is Wiccan. Like, this is Billy Kaplan Altman. We, like, you know who this is. And so basically, basically they teleport in front of, like, the Avengers Academy gate because, you know, the ice cream shop is right across from the school, you know. And so, like, Jara's like, Sheila, whatever this thing is not your friend. And so Billy, quote unquote, is like, damn, we were having so much fun now, are we? Basically makes Jaro forget this happened, you know? And Billy, imagine me air quoting that, okay?
Yeah.
Cool. Anyways, so he's like, oh, little Miss Sexton, so cute, so harmless, punching adorable holes into reality, never wondering what might be waiting for you on the other side. She was like, I don't understand. Who the fuck are you? And so he's like, oh, don't worry. I come not in cruelty, not in wrath, silently I gather. And the question is, who are you? And so we see Billy's true form. Can you go to the next picture? Is whatever the fuck this thing is. And so this guy's like, Sheila Sexton had the multiverse loves its little joke. Do you even know what a sexton is, Sheila? A grave digger. And like basically like he touches her like by her neck, and he's like, forget what you saw but not what you learned. Enjoy the last days, sweet sexton, grow and blossom, for the harvest moon is rising. Like, see you real soon. And so we cut to Japan occupied Korea in World War II. How did we get from here to there? Fuck if I know. Whatever, doesn't matter. So remember a few issues ago when we were all dealing with the time paradox, the time travel paradox thing? Do you remember that? So, okay, we go back to World War II, Japan occupied Korea, where we see that scene where that one Hydra guy killed Arnie's like kind of homie or whatever the fuck that he was before he turned to Hydra side. Don't worry about it. Anyway, so we cut to New York now. And Ryuji, that was his name, I forgot his name. He's like, where the fuck am I? And so we see Claire, that little girl, that creepy little girl. We see Mojo 2, the sequel. Forgot there's a Mojo 2. Okay. We see Modem, mental organism designed exclusively for mischief, who looks like a little boy. He doesn't have like the really giant head that MODOK is. He's like a little. He's just looks like a little boy with like a weird helmet thing going on. If you wanted a visual.
Yeah.
He's also a ginger, so I'll let you figure that out. Jake, this kid's evil. He's a ginger, and he's related to MODOK. Thoughts on that? Okay, never mind.
No, lost Jake.
Oh, Jake went to the bathroom. Never mind.
Oh.
Yeah, I'll tell him later. Anyway, so we see Sin, aka Cherry Crane, because she cannot just die. Cryptid. Thoughts on that? This bitch needs to die and she won't die.
Rarely do Nazis stay dead in Marvel.
Or just in general.
Has she tried mistletoe?
No, I haven't thought about that. I'll think about that. Also, wait, Jake, how do you feel about Modem, who stands for mental organism designed exclusively for mischief, and is a little ginger kid who looks like a normal kid with a weird headpiece?
Is she gonna be in the Avengers video game?
I don't know if he's gonna be in the Avengers video game.
All right, well, until then, I won't like MODOK. I won't have strong thoughts about it. that person.
Okay. I'll let you know what happens.
Okay.
And we also see Malfagor, because of course he's here. Because he's a little bitch. And we also see Swarm. Remember the guy with the bees? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He's back. And so basically Ryuji is
What
like,
was that?
okay, someone else was there wriggling around, you know? Like, he picks each lock and breaks each clock, like something like that. And Malfagor's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And Claire's like, great, he's insane. Glad Hexus invested so much money into this little project. And Ryuji's like, not insane. I have seen it beyond time, beyond space. You know, something moves, which even the Gorath fears. Remember him? Gorath?
Yeah.
Remember him? Okay.
Yeah.
And so Ryuji puts on his little Hydra hood and is like, so be it. The end is coming. Hydra must rise to meet it. Can you go to the last picture, please?
Huh?
And the last line is, lest we all be consumed. And that's the end of the issue. The next issue is called Swipe Up, so stay tuned for that nonsense, because I have 3 books to talk about next week.
Ooh. Triple the witch content, audience. Triple the witch content. So.
Anyways, that's my book.
Gotcha.
Yo, Joe.
Yeah. But alright then. I guess with that we can move on to the next book, audience. Do-do-do-do-do. Next book we're talking about is Spider-Girl number 3. I gotta be honest, guys. I don't know how long I will be reading this. Yeah, it's really making me miss Bailey Briggs a lot. Right? Say what you guys say. People can say what they want about Bailey Briggs, but at least Dan Slott tried putting some effort and making some interesting stories.
Bro, isn't this book getting canceled? Oh my god, bro.
Yeah, Spider Girl. Oh, it already officially got canceled. Okay, it wouldn't surprise me there. Okay,
That's what I heard through the grapevine. Don't listen to me though.
There you go. There you go. But yeah, this is like Spider Girl. She's trying to stop like these bad guys, these robbers from getting killed. You know, she's also trying to balance her life for superhero gig while also trying to make sure her mother and grandmother are protected and they don't know about her Spider Girl alter ego. Then you have some clandestine group that's trying to get more information, possibly take the power of Spider Girl.
I just want to bring this up because you know I know it's a superhero universe. We gotta ignore some things, but like, how unsafe is Marvel now with 1,000 different superheroes congested into one city that a little girl, a 6-year-old girl, however old she is
13.
Like 13. She's like, it's up to me to protect this city.
This is the one thing. Like, I did see a reviewer talk about like the first 2 issues, and they did bring up a good point because we already knew a bit about Spider Girl's character when Dan Slott was writing her, right? But when you jump from that to Spider Girl's own book, wait, what exactly is the motivation for her to be a superhero? Really?
Right.
Like, based on what we saw, like, her being the apprentice to Bullseye, her using her powers to her own benefits, but then all of a sudden you come up into this book, she's trying to do a superhero gig, she has a family, she's balancing out her life, martial arts, this and that, and like it kind of feels like you had two different approaches to this character,
Why even make her secret? She could just have powers for fun. Like, I don't know why powers immediately mean you have to be a villain or a hero.
Yeah, I know. I think you would have had a more spicier story if you went that route instead of this generic route. And this is also another thing I kind of wanted to bring up, like at least with Bailey, right? You tried giving him an interesting roster, like with Killian there, being that 10-year-old kid who's a douchebag rich kid. Oh, it's like douchebag. Okay.
Hello.
Yeah. Hey, which? All right. So yeah, but Bailey brings like he had interesting villains, right? Like with Killionaire, who's like that filthy rich kid who's like bling bling boy, or when you had Madame Monstrosity, this and that. here, Spider-Girl, she's just following the generic steps that you would probably think of on a first draft of, okay, we need a young girl, Spider-Girl story in New York, you know? Even her villains, right? Like, the villains that she's facing are people that Spider-Man has previously fought, you know? I mean, it was cool that they brought in the deep dive of Paper Doll because we haven't seen her in over a decade. But then you have Jackal being involved in this story, and the end reveal of who's behind like this organization that's interested in Spider Girl. Turns out it's Tombstone. So I'm like, wow, this kind of feels like the easiest route like Dancelot could have done with Spider Boy, but they just apparently saved it for Spider Girl, And it is feeling kind of lame. What was that expression? Something about put a certain character in it and make it lame. I think that's what Spider Girl is. I'm really missing Bailey Briggs after reading this book. Let's see, who's the person writing it? Okay, Torun Gronbeck. I'm not too familiar with their work, but yeah, I mean that's really it for Spider Girl. I mean, I might just pick the issue up just for collection's sake because I'm pretty sure we'll see Bailey Briggs pop up at some point in this, But
you
yeah,
know you're down bad when the D-lister has to show up to save your book.
I know. I know. Imagine, audience, like we're in the point in time where a derivative of a derivative is getting their own book, and is expected to have an ongoing. Wow. Look at that. But hey, she has barbed wire webbing, audience. Doesn't that make you feel excited about her character's route, her superhero journey? Doesn't that feel relatable that she's trying to hide this from her family, her superhero alter ego? That's original, right?
Right.
Yeah. That's really it. That was a quick review, so we could really move on to the next topic.
Right.
So, Jake.
All right, hang on. I have a whole intro. Okay.
Okay.
One second. First off, guys, let me welcome you to Marhi Nui. All right. But before that, let me introduce you to one of my favorite. I'm about to show it. Yep. One of my favorite design Bionicle villains. Y'all ready? You ready for this?
Go ahead.
Bro, look at this squad. Yo, look at
this. See this. Okay, see, it's like they're rocking some bling bling going on here, Like, this is their version of the gold necklaces, basically, Like, these are gangsters.
Let me introduce you to this arc. For centuries, the bottom of the deepest seas has been shrouded in mystery and superstition. Some say it's a hostile place, inhabited by the strangest creatures. Others that it serves as a prison for the most dangerous outcasts. Legend has it that the only hope for getting out of here is a mask that every deep-sea creature has been craving for years. A mask they say everyone's prepared to fight for and risk their life to possess. But the only way of ever finding out is to go there and see for yourself. Now you may think you're the wiser, but if you think your troubles are over, you'll soon find out they've only just begun. Bionicle presents Baraki, the creeps from the deep.
Okay.
These are the Baraki. They have the best villain trailer in all of Bionicle. It is just a mini movie of them bullying a Matoran, basically.
Of course.
This, okay, just to set the scene for what this was. And I think it's in the book, too. I think it's an actual, scene from the book. There's a Matoran that is traveling in, the Marhi Nui area, and he finds the Mask of Life. But then one Baraki, strangles the statue the mask is on and breaks it, and it becomes this all-out battle for the mask. He tries to get the mask, to take the mask from the Matoran, and then the other Baraki come in to fight for it, and they're fighting each other. But this poor Mator is trying to get out of get out of the way. It keeps getting hit by all of them the whole time. This trailer also introduced Bionicle fans to our glorious queen, the one, the only Cairo Shell, who played the song "Creeps from the Deep," which is one of my favorite Bionicle songs as well. This is also the era.
It made a good trailer. I'll say that when it was coming out. So,
you saw the trailer?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It was so good. So you know what I'm talking about. So I have to describe it. Okay. Yeah. It was really good, and it really hyped you up for the Marhi Nui saga, which I was always interested in. I think it gave me my love for like horror theme stuff, and I think it's why I also have a soft spot for underwater horror when I got older. So, but yeah, I love the Baraki's design. I love how intimidating they are. I mean, I'm saying a lot. What do you guys think of the Baraki?
I'm just looking up that old trailer, right? And man, you want to feel old, audience? Apparently, that trailer's 18 years old.
It's true.
Damn. Okay, but nah. As far as the design goes, again, my eyes is just pointed towards like the gold. It looks like they're wearing gold bling bling here. Ourselves,
Those are squids, sir. Those are squids.
Okay. Squids could be illuminating gold. I see in the undersea.
That's true.
Yeah.
Which? What did you? Which? Are you still here? What do you think of these designs? Oh, I guess Witch is dead.
We lost Witch. Okay.
Oh, well. But
he couldn't stay around for my Spider-Girl topic, I guess. It did him in. So.
But I love the Creeps for the Deeps trailer. And now this is the Baraki book, because in true Ignika saga fashion, the heroes get the back half of the story, the villains get the front half. Okay, so we get to set them all up. I do a couple of things. This is, I know going ahead, I'm just going to say the things I know about the story going into it. This is what's considered, I think it's the darkest Bionicle story by default. I still think Web of Shadows is pretty dark for Bionicle. But apparently this might be darker than that. And when we're saying dark, I'm not saying like, it's like something kids can't handle. I'm just saying like based off what Bionicle standards were where we started, this is like dark for the franchise. And I remember as a kid, this is I think technically this would be the first Bionicle book I did read and the only one, because online I found out like on the Bionicle website, you could read certain chapters of this. And I read them out of order. I was confused. I didn't know what the fuck was happening. But I did read some of this stuff. Marhi Nui as a concept. So reading these all in order, you do kind of get the vibe for what this is going for. Remember, when we started this story, we were on the island paradise of Matanui. And then we went to Betranui, and that was like a technological marvel. And then it got turned to shit, right? It got turned to like a wasteland, like an apocalypse, basically. And then we went to Voya Nui, and that was like, God damn, I don't want to live here. It was like purgatory. And now we're in hell. So we're in the deepest pits of hell. Marhi Nui is so bad that the common currency here is fucking oxygen. Okay. People farm to breathe here. Okay. We did get a little bit of a snippet of how Marhi Nui came to be. We know from the last book, it was actually a part of Voya Nui, but it broke off and fell, which kind of sucked. That has to suck for the people who live there, I guess. So the island got like sunken in, and it's been trapped here. It's been protected by an air bubble, and this air bubble has kept them alive for a long time. Now it also should be noticed that the island is, according to the book so far, the island is in a not great position. It is an island on top of a rock that is triangle shaped, and it's on the flat of the triangle. But if something were to happen to this triangle, the whole island collapses, basically.
Wow.
So it's not in a great spot. So
you figure they'll put like some plywood over or something, man, if it's that sort of important, you know?
yeah, like or maybe we invest. Well, I guess you can't because if you try to leave Marinui, they're surrounded by things that want to kill them. Okay. A guy. So our story opens up with the guy who actually tries to like he sends some scouting beast out for himself so he can look for supplies and all the shit his pets, and they're not coming back, and he's like, maybe I should go outside and look for them, and then he tries to step outside. He's like, wait a minute, I am smarter than this. Don't do that. So he would survive the horror movie, or so you would think. He does eventually kind of cave and does kind of go outside where he's supposed to be. And then his legs get snatched up and dragged to the pits of hell. And he's like, what? And then he turns around. And right before, all we know is that he turned around and he saw something so scary. He said, damn, if I wasn't underwater, I would scream right now.
Yeah.
So that guy's dead. And then we cut to the Matoran settlement. And we have, I think his name is Darlic. Who is like the head honcho of the place. Everyone's talking in the courtroom. I actually really do love this scene. Because this dude's like, he comes to the mic. He's like, yes, would everyone like to stop talking so we can start the meeting? And no one's listening to him. He's like, okay, please, just stop talking so we can start the meeting. Some people listen to him, but others don't. He's like, all right. Shut the fuck up! He doesn't say the F word, but that's basically what he was going for. So he does say "shut up," which everyone's like, "Oh, okay." So he's like, "Damn, okay." So what's going on? Like, what? To talk to me. What's happening in my village? What's happening to my people? Talk to me. And they're like, "All right, boss. Let me be real with you. 20 Matoran have gone missing in the span of like a month. What are we doing about it?" And he's like, well, tell me about it. He's like, well, we went out to so some of them went out to the airfields, to mine some air. And, shit happens. So I'm not really worried about that. But then one of them, he tried to swim to the surface and he never came back. And actually what's funny is they think he never came back, but we know he actually did live because we saw at the ending of the last book that he lived to tell the Matoran, to tell the Toa, like, hey, get the fuck down here, please, God help us. So but yeah, he tells the Matoran, he tells the elder, yes, like, what are we doing? And the elder Darlic, he goes, okay, well, I don't know anybody would be dumb enough to try to swim to the surface. That's like trying to fly to space. So that's stupid. Hey, what are you guys doing over there? And they're like, okay, well, listen, we're kind of getting worried because, there's some beast out there and we don't know what they are. And that's scary because we can't really survive if we don't know what we're up against. And I think we should get a scouting ship or something, a scouting party, and go investigate that. And Darlic's like, you know what? I agree with that plan. Let's let's get a crew together. I'll lead it because I'm the type of leader that likes to go in and sacrifice myself if I can. So I'll lead the group, round up 20 volunteers, meet me at the border, and we'll get going. It's like, well, how are we going to get down to the sea? Because he's like, don't worry about it. I got it. And so that's like our Matoran story. We also do get a flashback to 1,000 years ago where we get to see Purdock and the Baraki as well. This is during the Makuta Rebellion. We do get little tidbits of like what happened before Makuta took over, or didn't take over, before he like flipped society upside down. And we get to see like how the different factions that we come to know, how they became loyal to Makuta. This started happening around the Metro Nui saga because like really the Borak are not affiliated with Makuta, and the Rakshi were just made by Makuta, and the Rahi are mindless beasts, so they weren't really a part of any of that revolution shit. So all the stuff that happened in Metro Nui was when we started learning about like Makuta, the Brotherhood of Makuta, basically. So we learned about his influence with Rudaka and Sidorak and the Brotherhood of Shadows and all this other shit. But this is and the Baraka, of course, as well. But this time we're learning about the Baraki and how a lot of people were skeptical. When someone comes to you and says, hey, I know you're all power hungry like me. How about we overthrow God You know, a lot of them are gonna be like, okay, okay, man, like you,
like the enthusiasm you
right,
have. You know?
right. That's why one that was like, but the Baraki were like, nah, he's on to something. I like that guy. So like that guy, he's pretty cool. So the Baraki are pretty power hungry as we learn them to be. Now we don't really learn anything about individually about them, but we do learn that also this area of the island before like the Matoran, you know, were free and spread out and everything. This was also a prison colony as well. There were actually like Matoran for Matoran prisoners, and you know, like the people like the Paraka, you know, when you know, like criminals, basically, they all used to live here as well. So this is supposed to be a prison for all intents and purposes. So we do learn some interesting tidbits about that. The art does set up it's more mysterious, I think. If the Toei saga, like the Void saga, was a straightforward. I'm sorry, like if the Paraka saga, like the one where where we get to know the Paraka, that was like a straightforward inverse of the Toamatsu story, like the evil version of Toamatsu story. I think this is more like an inverse of like the Toametri story, where it's like we're starting out with we're building a mystery, but the mystery is like evil. It's not supposed to build up to like a heroic triumph at the end. This is just like how the villains kind of rule the world and everything, and we just kind of live in it, basically. And so I kind of like that direction as well. I don't have a lot of time to read the book these days, and that will change in the coming weeks. Like in the next 2 weeks, I'll have more time to read more chapters. It's that, Doug, to be honest with you guys, I've been working overtime every day. So, literally,
not enough hours in the day, man. Know what that feels like.
Yeah, like I get up at 8 and I get home by the time of the podcast. so I don't really have time to sit down and read. I kind of sneak some chapters in when I can, and that's not why. But if you're wondering why we've been going at a snail's pace with this, that's why. But I am into this book, unlike the last book. I do, and I hope it lives up to the hype. I hear this is where Bionicle got a bit too complicated for the audience that it had at the time. One common complaint I've heard of this saga is that this is where it kind of gets very convoluted for no reason. So that's not a good sign. But maybe we would just
all the more reason why we need your perspective on this, then. You know?
Yeah, so I'm just dumbass kids, and it makes sense because we couldn't read. I don't know. But we'll see. I think this also might be the arc where we retcon Makuta in a way that I, as a kid, I know I never liked. I always hated this shit. But we'll see how I feel about it now. All in all, though, I am interested in this book, and if you want to read the book along with me, you can read it on Crosswire Geeks in the Biological Chronicle section. Again, this is a Bionicle book. Oh shit! Wait, what book is this? Oh, holy shit! Give me a second. Okay, well I can't get the book. I think it's book 8, right? Right? No, it's book 7, Sea of Darkness. So there you go.
Okay.
Oh, guys, guess what?
What?
After this, I have 3 more books left.
Oh wow!
We're just done with Bionicle.
The end game. You're entering the end game, man.
It's true, and I know that book 8 basically ends on some Infinity War shit. So
there you go.
But yeah.
But alrighty. I guess with that, we should get on to the last book of the night, audience. So we're going to be talking about Black Cat #1. Let's see. I want to read the description because Austin had me curious about that, right? So the description of this book reads: Felicia Hardy is the Black Cat, the world's slyest and most skilled super thief. Armed with her luck-altering abilities, there's no heist she can't pull off. The longer the odds, the better. Okay. Right off the bat, reading this book, this is kind of like something I hated when it comes to #1s, right? Because audience rarely does a #1 feel like a new reader-friendly book, you know? So we see Black Cat. She's robbing money. She's being chased by police, and we're led to believe that she's going to use this money to help people, underprivileged people. So I guess we're going the Robin Hood route. And for whatever reason, Spider-Man's not returning any of her calls. I don't know what the status is in the Amazing Spider-Man book right now, as to whether or not like what are Peter and Black Cat back to being a
No,
couple.
it's because Peter is not Peter right now. He's like he might be. There might be both of the clones trying to be Peter and Spider-Man. So
Yeah,
so.
yeah. I mean that's what makes this kind of like your head scratching because you don't know what the status is going on right now. Even though this is a number one, you would think that would want to introduce people to what's going on in this world. But no, you have to have already read other books to know what's going on here. So she runs. She tries finding an escape. She runs into the lizard as he's stealing some birds because he needs these birds for an experiment because like lizards and birds apparently have surprisingly a lot of common ancestors in the past. Um, and also, I got to mention it is G. Willow Wilson who's writing this book. Uh, I've never seen this from Black Cat, but like they're pulling really a Deadpool off in this book where, she's literally talking directly to the audience. You know? I've never seen Black Cat do that before.
Depending on how it's written, it doesn't have to be terrible, I guess.
I guess not. But like also with the lizard, I've never seen this done with a lizard before, but like when he talks, he's like literally growling, but apparently Black Cat is able to understand what he's saying, and there is translation bubble on it.
Has he become more lizard?
I guess like he probably just worked on a different lizard formula. I guess what do I know? I mean, the last time I saw the lizard relevant in anything was like when he was trying to save his son from that Craven's big hunt event. You know,
Right.
remember when Lizard got his family back during the clone conspiracy, but in order to save them, he gave them all lizard DNA? Yeah, yeah. It's been a while since I've seen Lizard relevant in any big time Spider-Man stories. So yeah, they have a brief tussle. I like how like Black Cat utilized her her bad luck powers, right? So when Lizard came charging at her, on any given day, Black Cat should never be able to defeat the Lizard. I mean, what assets does she have? So the only asset she has in this situation was that she was flexible enough to dodge the Lizard charging at her. He hits the wall, and of course, with her luck powers, that causes the neon light sign that's right above Lizard to fall off and hit him in the head. You know? Okay, I can understand that being a victory. And you do see Spider-Man pop up, and again, I wasn't aware of what the status is with Spider-Man because, like, when first read this book, Spider-Man he's silent, he's looking at Black Cat, and he also has his web shooters visibly present across his wrist and his ankles. And I'm thinking, wait, that is a Ben Riley sort of trademark right there. But yeah. Anyway, she does. She she manages to escape. She gets the money. She comes back to her apartment. She has a full page spread of her taking a shower in a bath with bubbles. The audience. So, and she basically talks to the audience about like the routine she has to go through because hey, she has no super strength or anything, but yeah, she has a body and she doesn't wake up with this body. She has to put in the work. You see segments of her working out in the gym. You see segments of her like highlighting her hair. You see a page of like what she actually looks like when she's sleeping. The hair curls, the face mask, and all that stuff. So yeah, she also has to go to the night nurse to get her wounds checked because yeah, she did get a nasty little scratch from the lizard, right? And it's during this that she's just contemplating about like, being a thief, this and that. And you know what? It's time kind of like for status quo change. Now Felicia's gonna be fighting criminals now. So, all right, I guess that's not the worst status quo change we've seen from Black Cat. And the issue also ends with it being revealed like the main bad guy of this series looks like it's going to be Tombstone. So, wow. You just literally ripped off what already happened in Spider Girl, basically, you know?
Tombstone's getting mileage in this arcs.
Yeah, I know.
Spider-Man stories. He was also a
Yeah.
big player in Spider-Man recently. So
Oh man, the last interesting thing I saw happen with Tombstone was when the whole criminal underworld were thinking that Tombstone and Peter Parker were best buds. Like, oh, what the heck, you know? But other than that, nothing really. Yeah, I mean that's really a quick review, audience. Again, I didn't really have many big hitter books this week, so yeah. Yeah, audience, buy it, and if you're lucky enough, you know damn well Marvel made sure there were some variant covers of this Black Cat comic. So yeah, get them if they're still at your comic book store. So, alright, that's it. Yay, we made it, audience.
and we lived and learned through it all.
There you go. You know, so play that ending theme.
Yeah.
Thank
We'll see you
for-
guys next week because there's nothing coming out, right?
Nothing, no movies or anything. So yeah, we'll see you
Thank-
all for our media stuff. Oh,
I
which?
got you next week. What?
Oh, okay.
I'm still here.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
See you guys.
And good night.